Hello my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon. And today I've got another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys. And today we are talking about That Night in the Library by Eva Jurczyk. I hope I'm saying that last name right. First of all, look at this cover. It's lovely. Second of all, any book that has the word library in the title, I'm immediately intrigued by. So it was a no-brainer for me to request this one from NetGalley and get to read an early copy of. This book comes out, I believe, June 11th. If that's not correct, I'll put the correct date in the description box, but I think that's right. So, like I said, this will be spoiler-free, but at the end of this video, I will tell you what I would compare this to. It's a movie, and that kind of would be a spoiler because of how the movie goes. So, but I'm going to save that till the very end and I'll give you a warning. Anyway, That Night in the Library. So first of all, this premise is fantastic. I was intrigued immediately. Basically, 7 graduate students are going to spend the night in the basement of the Rare Books library on their college campus. A lot of them are graduating the next day. One of them will be getting a job at the library, like a permanent job after graduation, and a few of them are kind of vying for it. And one of the guys, Davey, he kind of thinks that he's really a shoo-in for this. Anyway, he's really kind of obsessed with this ancient Greek ritual, and he wants to do it in the basement of this library overnight. So he needs 7 people, so he invites 6 other people. Some are colleagues, some are friends of his colleagues, and so he tells them you have to fast for 24 hours before the ritual is to begin, and then we're going to go down to the basement. Ronald, who's like the head librarian, I guess, he's going to leave, and then he won't know we're in the basement, and then we'll be locked in overnight. And he's like, what we're going to do is we're going to do a bunch of acid, and we're going to reenact this ritual. And everyone's like, you know what? Sounds good. And that's the plan. So when the day arrives, they go down, they get locked in, they pass the drugs around. One of the girls, Faye, she declines. Like, that's not her thing. She doesn't want to drop acid in the library with these essential strangers. But the rest of them take it, and then what happens is, soon afterward, one of them drops dead. And from there, it's kind of the kind of story where, as they try to figure out what happened to him, they start to turn on each other. So, and I love those stories. I love those like isolation stories. You're locked in with each other. Something happens, and then, you know, that base human nature, that animalistic nature of survival and whatever kicks in, and they start to turn on each other, and then more people die, and it's a whole thing. So that's the basic gist of the book. And I will say, I thought the writing was great. It kept me interested the whole time. Like, I read it very quickly. It's very engaging. And I was very interested to see who was doing this. And then when we get to the end, I thought it was a good twist, but as I'll tell you in a minute, it very closely mimicked a movie I've recently seen that I loved. And, you know, I'm sure that's coincidental. But when I got to that ending, I was like, I liked how it was executed. I liked the why of it. But I was like, I've seen this before, recently. But again, I thought the writing was good. It was engaging. The premise is excellent. I mean, that's so good. I love when people are trapped and something terrible is happening. But yeah. So I would definitely recommend. I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. And yeah, I would recommend it. Definitely mark your calendar if you like those sort of whodunit, trapped together stories. And I know this author has other books out, so if you've read any of them, let me know. So now I'm gonna, if you don't want to hear what I'm gonna say about the movie, in case you do want to read this book and you don't want in case you've seen the movie too, and you don't want the comparison, now's the time to click away. And I thank you so much for watching. But if you're still here, the movie is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. So if you've seen that movie, which is about a bunch of teenage girls trapped in a house, and somebody dies, and again, it's the like, who done it, what happened, and they turn on each other and they take each other out. And then when you get to the end, which this is a spoiler for the book, so don't listen to this if you don't want to know the spoiler. In the end, it turns out that the original death was accidental. Nobody killed him. And that's the same in the movie and in this book. So, that's my spoiler. So if you've seen Bodies, 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 which I do recommend, it's very funny in that sort of like Gen Z humor kind of way. And it was a good time. It was a good time. But that's kind of the same thing going on here. Anyway, that said, I still liked it. And would recommend. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day or night. I started to fall into a Katie Coulson outro there. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go now. I keep wanting to say more about the book, but I don't want to give any more away. But mark your calendars, and I will see you guys again real soon. Bye.